Haley out here from the American Digital Network studio. The first title of the year will be given out at the Cross Country Championships in Cincinnati, Ohio. This year features a very strong field with 5 women's teams and 4 men's teams coming into the championship ranked. SMU is the highest ranked team on the women's side at number 3 in the South Central region. The Mustangs have had success this year with freshman Hannah Miller and Charlotte Tara Murphy, who won the Gerald Ritchie Invitational, as well as senior Holly Archer. The Mustangs will be trying to dethrone the defending champion Tulsa, who comes in ranked 6th in the Midwest region. The Golden Hurricane are led by Clara Langley, Stacey Taylor, and Nicole Lee, who all finished in the top 15 of last year's meet. Memphis, who comes in ranked 10th in the Southern region, will be led by Martina Rodriguez-Sala, who was named Female Runner of the Week 4 times this season. Rodriguez-Sala has finished in the top 4 in 4 meets this year, including a win at the Rhodes College Invitational. Rodriguez-Sala is the fastest returning runner from last year with her 4th place finish. Tulane and Houston also enter the championship ranked, and Anne-Marie Blaney from UCF has won 3 individual titles this season. The women's race will get underway on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern on the American Digital Network. Over on the men's side, Tulsa is ranked 22nd in the nation and brings back 3 of the top 5 runners from last year's race. Senior Luke Trainer finished 3rd last season and has been the leader for Tulsa this year, finishing 11th at the Nutty Comb, Wisconsin Invitational, one of the top meets in the country. Cincinnati will be hosting the championship and is ranked 13th in the Great Lakes region. Toby Loveridge has led the Bearcats and will be looking to improve on his 7th place finish from last season's championship. UConn, the number 14 team in the Northeast region, won the Rothenberg Run and the UB Stampede, as senior Mike O'Donnell will try to build off last season's 6th place finish. Temple is the last ranked team in the field at number 15 in the Mid-Atlantic region, and the Owls will be missing the top 4 finishers from last year's race. Graduate student Mark Steinsberger has led the Owls with 2 individual titles this season. Tulane's Emmanuel Rodich will be another runner to keep an eye on, as Rodich has won Male Runner of the Week honor 4 times and has finished in the top 2 in every meet this season. The women's race will begin at 10 a.m. Eastern, while the men's race will follow at 10:50 a.m., both streamed live and for free right here on the American Digital Network. For the ADN, I'm Haley Outen.
It's 7 a.m. in New Orleans, and the sun is just starting to shine through the moss-covered oak trees of historic City Park. And while most of the Crescent City is just waking up, the Tulane cross-country team is hard at work, filling Tad Gormley Stadium with the sounds of an early morning run. Leading the charge is Emmanuel Rodich, who has emerged as one of the top runners in the American Athletic Conference. After just 5 weeks of regular season competition, he has been named Runner of the Week 4 times. He placed in the top 2 in all 5 regular season races. He has also broken the school record in the 8K race, setting a personal best at the Stanford Invitational. And the best part is, he's only a sophomore. Head coach Eric Peterson says Emmanuel has shattered the theory of the infamous sophomore slump with his amazing progress. Just how much progress? 87 spots worth.
He has demonstrated an unbelievable level of improvement from where he was last year as a freshman. To give you a little bit of a comparison, he just won the white race, the unseeded race at the Pre-National Invitational, to earn his 4th American Athletic Conference Runner of the Week award. And 1 year ago in that same race, he placed 88th. That's a pretty good indicator of how much progress he's been able to make in a 12-month period of time, and I couldn't be more proud of him.
For Emmanuel, the secret to the 87-spot jump was simple: turning weaknesses into strengths.
just work on the stuff that you know that you're not good in, and you concentrate on that. And you just have to be like patient with yourself, manage your time, you leave no stone unturned, you know.
With the regular season behind him, the Green Wave's top male finisher now looks to the American Athletic Conference Championships.
It really has been a very good season up to this point in time for Emmanuel. He was very motivated going into the summer training portion of this year, and he did the work necessary to succeed at a high level, and now we're very excited about the postseason.
But perhaps the most amazing accomplishments for Emmanuel have come off of the track. Hailing from the Republic of Kenya, Emmanuel has blossomed in the completely new culture of an American university.
That's probably the biggest adjustment that he and other international athletes have to go through is, putting themselves in a new culture, in a new environment, especially coming from Kenya, studying in a new language. Every aspect of his life is new.
But just like the hurdle on the track, Emmanuel has taken every obstacle in his stride. He holds a student job, tutors his teammates, and has been accepted into one of Tulane's most prestigious academic programs.
He takes everything very seriously. He's a very good student. He's now studying architecture. He's been accepted into that major, which is a very demanding major here at Tulane. He came here to get his degree and to become the best athlete that he possibly can be. He's here to succeed.
To many cross-country and track student athletes, the concept of time rules their every move, as the minutes and seconds can seem to stack against them. But Emmanuel views time not as an enemy, but as an opportunity for success.
Use every opportunity that you have, and I'm always happy about my life. I'm not stressful. Every minute matters in my life.
With the zeal of a newcomer and the composure of an upperclassman, Emmanuel has the potential for much more success in the years to come. And all of us here in Green Wave Nation can't wait to see just how far he'll go and how fast he'll get there. For Campus Connect from Tulane University, I'm Katie Morse.
And welcome to the Voice of America Park here just north of Cincinnati, Ohio. There you see on your screen the 11 teams ready to begin in our 2016 American Athletic Conference Championships. If you will, from left to right, right before the gun starts, East Carolina, the Pirates, they're in position number 1. The Bree Berkowitz, Kurt Kraft, the director of the program, they've done very well. They had a win at their own ECU Pirate Invitational. Now, in position number 2 is Memphis, and they're one of the teams that boast one of our top runners, and we'll talk about her later. Kevin Robinson, his 10th year, have the Memphis Tigers. Moving across that starting line, as you see now, the race just underway, and we're going to pass those results to you. You have Tulane, Eric Peterson. You just saw the special earlier on our broadcast of Rotich, and then you have Cincinnati, Houston, and we'll move across that line to SMU, one of the favored teams. Kathy Casey's Mustangs, ranked number 30 in the United States. Then you have Tulsa, the 2014-2015, looking for a three-peat. They're the two-time defending champions here in the American. Then you have Temple, the Owls. Last year, James Snyder's team finished 10th, looking to improve. They had a win at Lafayette's Leopard Invitational. UCF, the Knights, Jeanette Bolden and Johnny Gray doing the assistant. They have one of the lead runners, and you'll see that. And then you've got USF, the Bulls, South Florida's team, Dana Reef in her 5th year, and the Yukon Huskies rounding out the field, J.J. Clark at the helm. Now, race underway here. Give you a little information. We're at the Voice of America Park. We're 25 miles north of downtown Cincinnati. The American Athletic Conference is hosting its championships here, and we're glad you're here. So I welcome all of you. My name is Dennis McNulty, and I am the usually the public address announcer. Do a lot of streaming for the American as well. Glad you're here. A beautiful day. Temperatures right now about 60 degrees, a little bit windy. Here at this venerable site, the Voice of America, of course, a radio broadcasting facility. If you look back in the 1940s and 50s, a great read, a lot of history here. And this is the site where all those broadcasts were sent out across the world, 200,000 watts of power. And the Voice of America broadcast station no longer in function here in Cincinnati, but a National Historic site And so we're broadcasting once again. Not going to talk about world events. We're talking cross country. And you see the leaders out front. And we'll talk about some of the teams. We had spoken about some of the teams. Let's look at some of the individuals. You're going to want to look for number 63. And that's Martina Rodriguez Salas. She has run very, very well. She has been the American Athletic Conference Run of the Week 4 times this week. And right there for Memphis, you see her on the right side. She's out with the early lead. Along with that, you're going to see UCF's redshirt senior from Ocala, Florida, Anne Marie Blaney. She is our 2015-2016 5,000-meter champion indoors, and last spring at the Outdoor Championships on a hot evening in the host school there at UCF there in Orlando, she set a new stadium record in winning the 10,000. You see, we're just past the K, and we've got the lead runners right there. And I'll try to pass along information to you with our views. We've got a great set of cameras set up throughout the course. Plus, we're going to try to give you drone coverage as well. The loop itself, and if you go on the website and see, the women do 2 pretty good sized loops. I would say roughly 2,000 to 2,500 meters. Then they'll peel off on that last loop and then curl around into the finish. Not as extremely hilly. It rolls. I ran the course yesterday, and it tends to bode very well. Now, we mentioned Anne Marie Blaney. We mentioned Martina Rodriguez Sala. You also want to look for Rosie Chamberlain of UCF and Holly Woolley. UCF's had a good year, and they ran out in Hawaii, in fact, at the Big Wave Invitational, where they took team honors. Now, Anne Marie Blaney, she's led them all the way. She has been rated among FloTrack's top athletes in the top 25, so we look to see her in about 3 weeks, hopefully, at the NCAA championships, and perhaps designating her as an All-American. We mentioned Martina Rodriguez Sala. She has run very well, winning the Rhodes College Invitational about a month ago in Louisville, Kentucky. She was second only to one of the national favorites, Aaron Finn of Michigan, and Rodriguez Sala finished right behind her in a great race. I had a chance to visit with her that morning, and really pleased with how her training's going. It's neat to see a young athlete now coming into her home, the senior from Olot, Spain, a double major in philosophy and biology. And Martina is really coming into her own. We think that she might be another athlete to watch, perhaps get a position on that starting line in 3 weeks at the NCAA championships. Rosie Chamberlain, the conference champion at 800 meters, she runs as well as Holly Woolley. We'll be back and try to get some of this information to you. And you see right there, that's Memphis Martina Rodriguez Sala with the lead, and I'll try to pass along what I can. I'm stuck here at the finish line, if you will, looking into a monitor, so I'll do what I can do and pass that information to you. I welcome all my friends out there on the digital stream. It's good to visit with you and see you. I know there are a few of you that I've actually had a chance to speak with personally, and if you'll go and follow the link, then I think there is a quick link where we can get splits and things of that nature, and I'll see what I can get for you. We're at 6 minutes and 10 seconds in that second mile, and you see right there then is Rosala, and then with her, I think that's number 84, and that's one of the lead runners for one of our favorite teams, and that's Coach Casey's SMU Mustangs. That's Hannah Miller. Hannah Miller has run very well this year. She was third for the Mustangs, the Panorama Farms Invitational on a very hilly course in Charlottesville. The University of Virginia hosts that early on. They're also the site of the Southeast NCAA Regional in 2 weeks. She ran very well at one of the premier college invitationals, and that was University of Wisconsin's Ed Nuttycombe Invitational, where she was 21st, took 5th at a strong meet at Baylor. So you have Rodriguez Sala And then you have Hannah Miller running 1 and 2 early on, well, just about halfway into the race. We'll see what kind of splits we can get here and so forth. The team score early, Tulsa and SMU waging war. Tulsa 44 points, SMU 49, and those scores change. Rodriguez and Hannah Miller. Anne-Marie Blaney back in third. She's just a stride back, you'll see when they come into your view. Rodriguez, Sala, and Hannah Miller running side by side. Blaney just a stride or two back, and then about 15 meters back, you'll see Stacy Taylor of Tulsa, Charlotte Tara Murphy, and Holly Archer of SMU, part of that great connection that they have with Barry St. Edmunds. And so a shout out to my friends over there, Holly and her family, all watching our stream. But our favorite is Martina Rodriguez Sala, and you see her there along chasing her. Then is Hannah Miller, and the Mustang and Tiger are running 1 and 2 side by side. And you see Blaney. We're at 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the race, and we'll continue to pass along information for you as we get these live feeds. But there on the right of your monitor for Memphis, that's Rodriguez Sala. You see Hannah Miller, and then to the left, that's Anne-Marie Blaney. So you got your conference champions, the indoor mile champion on the right, the outdoor 10,000 meter champion on the left, and that's the three. Then some 40 or 50 meters in arrears are the team scorers. Tulsa running very well, SMU running very well, and they're battling it out for the team split. So early on, that's what we've got. We're going to continue to give you that information and get what we can for you. Get the splits, and currently our Buckeye timing system doing a great job here, and we'll see what we can get as far as splits, results, and things of that nature. First split in. Keep looking at the data that I have here, and in our monitor you see Rodriguez, Sala from Memphis, you see Miller of SMU, and Blaney of UCF, our three favorites. Stacy Taylor leading the charge of the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. Rest of the field looping through. They'll make 2 big laps, and then they'll continue to circle the course here at the Voice of America Park, a neat area. Huge high school event just a week ago, over 1,000 runners in 10 races as Ohio runs through its class levels and districts. And this course then very well used. I believe 2 years ago it was the host site of the NCAA championships for the Division III level, and it continues to be and turning out to be a nice course for cross country. I ran it yesterday. It was nice and flat. Footing is spectacular, and it's kind of historic because you go through and you go by where the towers, the concrete footings are still there. The towers, of course, are no longer here for the broadcast of Voice of America. We've got a runner there to the left having a little bit of difficulty, and they'll pick up. We've got a follow-up vehicle that will pick them up. So we'll get a view of what we see there on the monitor, and I'll try to give you the touchpad results as well. Doing my best to try to get that page open. The American Athletic Conference in its 4th cross-country championships. Again, the SMU Mustangs winning the initial cross-country championships in 2013. And the last 2 have been won by the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. Now, here come your leaders into your view. And you see then, as they approach just under 12 minutes, and so they're hitting, moving up to the 4,000 meters, about 2/3 of the way through the race. They'll circle and make a right-hand turn, head back in the area of the start, and then do one final loop, and into the chute they'll go. I think I have to correct myself. It is a 3-lap course, not a 2 laps, as I had said before. So, Tulsa and SMU, 5 points separate them. You see right there, that's Anne-Marie Blaney, number 1. SMU's Hannah Miller, and she's there on the left. And then Rodriguez Sala, all staying close. Blaney, the really one of the top runners in the country, ran in the NCAA finals in cross country. You see now they've got a gap on Sala just about 5 meters as they move back to the making the turn and heading back out now for their final loop. They'll make a large swing around, and then they'll move into the finish. And we'll see them come into the chute in just about 7 minutes. Mustangs running very well at that juncture with their second and third runner coming into the view. That second and third runner, I believe, I know that one was Charlotte Tara Murphy, and Holly Archer. And again, I'll try to get you that digital results and pass that to you, that link that we have. Get those splits for you. The second split is up, and then, of course, the last split's going to be the 5,000 meters. So 25 points for SMU, 30 for Tulsa right now, and that pretty much says that this is a two-way meet, and then the other 9 teams in the conference will have to bid and vie for the additional places. Blaney, Miller, Rodriguez, Chelsea Ladd of Memphis running a great race. She is in 4th. And then Charlotte Tara Murphy, I mentioned her. She's in the number 5 position. Holly Archer in number 6. Tulsa then comes with 3, led by Stacy Taylor, who's led the Golden Hurricane all year long. Clara Langley and Nicole Lee right behind Stacy. Temple's being led in that top 10 by Katie Leischer. Then you got Jessica Taylor of University of South Florida, USF the Bulls. Olivia Lopez of Tulsa, she is in 12th, and then Adriana Maze of Tulsa, and then Raquel Barrientos, she's in 14, and going 15 deep from the host school, Juliana Mazzia of Cincinnati. Now that is your top 15, and they are in the last K, and you see Anne-Marie Blaney now, strong runner, really doing a great job. That senior from Ocala, Florida. She has already been an American Athletic Conference individual champion 3 times on the track. She's an NCAA appearance. She's been our runner of the week twice, doing a great job, the red shirt senior from Ocala, Florida. Give you an idea of her winning margins at the Mountain Dew Invitational at the University of Florida. She wins the race by 17 seconds. It's almost 100 meters. Now, that not being good enough, a week later, she goes to Florida State and runs the Invitational at Florida State, hosted by the Seminoles, and wins that race by 33 seconds. So Anne-Marie Blaney now starting to distance herself from the rest of the field. The one that I would worry a little bit about is Martina Rodriguez Sala. If she's close and if it comes down to a kick, and if I were a wagering person, she would get my bet. Sala would, because she looks to be the strongest kicker, and of course that outstanding freshman, the Hannah Miller from SMU, she's run very well, and we talked about her performance at the Panorama Farms meet and so forth. A great freshman there that Coach Casey has put on the campus of SMU there in Dallas, the Windsor Cup Academic Award for her school. So she's a complete package, a tremendous athlete and a huge academician, already doing outstanding work in political science on the campus of the Mustangs. So we'll go back into the field, and we gave you the top 15. We'll continue as they head now past 5,000 meters, and the leaders are in that last K heading toward the finish. Next intermediate split that we give to you is will be the actual finish split itself. Now for Houston there, you see Selena Sierra. She was our steeple champion. You saw her come into the camera view. The rest of the field, a lot of points being scored there here at the Voice of America Park. What we'll do, folks, is we're going to get them into the finish and get our winners, and then we'll try to do some post-race interviews. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And again, a shout out to all of our friends throughout the world that are watching this. The American Athletic Conference Cross-Country Championships were 2 weeks away from the beginning of the NCAA tournament, and that begins at the regional level. We have 9 regionals throughout the United States. Most of these teams will compete in the South Regional. We do have a couple teams in the Southeast Regional. We have some even in the Mid-Atlantic Regional, and Yukon Huskies will compete in the Northeast Regional, and in fact the host school, Cincinnati, in the Great Lakes. So in about 5 or 6 of the regionals, the American truly is the American Athletic Conference spans roughly half the United States. So it's a neat organization and one of our country's best athletic conferences at the Division I level. There's your lead vehicle coming into view. Anne-Marie Blaney now all alone. Again, winning the last race she ran in by 33 seconds and leading today by some 15 seconds over an outstanding freshman for SMU and Hannah Miller. Anne-Marie Blaney is your leader, and she's making that last kind of loop. She'll make that turn. She'll work her way to the outer ring, go around the starting area and the parking lot behind that and into the finish chute. Anne-Marie Blaney having a great season. Putting her stamp is to be one of the athletes that we'll have the privilege of watching not only in the regional, the South region, that will be in 2 weeks on November 11th on Friday, but perhaps we'll see Anne-Marie Blaney on the rostrum there at that storied cross-country town USA at the NCAA Championships. You see the rest of the field coming through. That's Holly Archer of SMU. Archer, just a stalwart for the Mustangs, a senior from Bury St. Edmunds, part of that link that the Mustangs have. And it's good to see Holly, the sports management major, the senior. And she has 7th last year in this meet, 9th a couple years ago, and then 11th. So she is looking for her 4th all-conference appearance and so forth. She was our outdoor runner-up at 1,500 meters. But here's Anne-Marie Blaney putting an exclamation mark as she makes some of the last turn and heads toward the finish. Blaney now, and you see Hannah Miller, the freshman, in the camera's view. Anne-Marie Blaney then across the line just at 20 minutes and 14 seconds. She is now a 4-time American Athletic Conference champion as she comes in, and right there then finishes in second is Hannah Miller. There's Martina Rodriguez Sala, and we'll get those finishers as they hit live feeding and getting those results for you. Let's see if they're coming up. Blaney, indeed, your winner at 2014. Hannah Miller, she picks up second. Looks like the Mustangs. Here comes Holly Archer into the chute, earning yet another all-conference. Rodriguez will finish third. Chelsea Ladd of Memphis. So Memphis with a 3-4 finish. Charlotte Tara Murphy, Holly Archer in 6th. So the SMU Mustangs 3 in that top 6. The rest of the runners starting to continue to finish in that race. 7th goes to Clara Langley. She and Stacy Taylor in that 7-8 position. They lead the Golden Hurricane. In fact, Tulsa goes 7, 8, and 9. Right behind them is Nicole Lee. They finish within 5 seconds of each other. Then you saw Olivia Lopez of Tulsa in the 11th position. USF, Jessica Taylor, she garners the 10th position. Tulsa then in 12th with Mazai. Then 13th goes to Madzia of Cincinnati. 14th was Katie Leisher of Temple. Agnes Sjostrom, the senior for SMU, closes in her last conference thing, the senior from Köping, Sweden, the Mustang fourth place in the 2013 and 14. Sjostrom goes 15th to garner all conference honors. And then you have Arnika Zitting in 16th. 17th goes to Marlene Gomez Islinger of SMU. She was 17th into the chute. Emma Newton leads Tulane. Annika Grogan 19th. And so SMU, I think, has the early nod. It's going to be very close between SMU and Tulsa, our two favorite teams here in the women's team finish. And so Anne-Marie Blaney picks up a fourth American Athletic Conference title. The unofficial scores, and this, again, are streaming unofficial. SMU, with their finishes scoring of 25 points, Tulsa will finish in second with 30 points as well. You can see the rest of the runners coming into the chute, and we'll try to get with you with interviews and such coming up.
Hey, I just want to check the mic too.
Okay. I can barely hear you, but okay. I'm at the very edge of my scaffolding. If I take 1 inch back, I'm going to fall off, so. Yep. Alright. I'm guessing you have perfect intercom from me. Have you been able to use it? Oh wow.
Check 1, 2. Good. me know when we're live. By 2 points. Yeah, we'll get him here. Yeah. Okay. And I'm here with what is going to be proclaimed as our winning team, the SMU Mustangs. Congratulations, 2013 champions, 2016 champions. I know 2 seniors that were part of both of these teams, Holly Archer and Agnes Sjostrom. How do you 2 seniors feel about it?
I'm literally ecstatic. Like, we've worked so hard this year, all of us, and I mean, we've had 2 champions the last 2 years where we so nearly got it. And it's just amazing to finally get it. And it took every single one of us today. It wasn't the first 2, it wasn't the first 3, it wasn't the first 5. It was every single one of us. They pushed each other. I watched them come in the end, and it was just amazing to work this hard all season and get paid like this. And it just shows what you can do if you really want it, and we really wanted it. So I'm so proud of the whole team. It's just incredible.
Now, Agnes, we did this without a lot of rock music playing in the background like you like on your track races. Is that right?
Yes, I do. I just do it in my head now, but I'm excited for track. No, it was really nice to just do it freshman year and just go out with a bang and do it again with this amazing team.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of all of us.
It's so neat to see the seniors. Now, talk about some of your younger teammates that you had. This is your last year.
We've got some hot commodities coming.
They are fierce, all of them.
Been chasing us through training, so we're excited to have them track season as well. So we'll be back.
They kind of keep you elders honest, don't they?
We got Hannah Miller. She's from New Zealand.
Yes, you did a great job. Congratulations on your runner-up finish.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I just had so much fun out there today and just did it for these girls. I'm so proud of them. We're an awesome team.
Absolutely fine. Do you think we ought to bring Coach? Oh, well, yeah, we ought to talk about her, yeah.
She's
Okay.
from England, so
Yeah, your home high school, is that right?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Do you think we need to bring the coach in or not?
We do.
Okay, Coach Casey, come on in. You were a little nervous.
I was. You know why? Because Tulsa always brings it. Coach Gully always has his team ready for conference, and we knew we were going to have a really tough job ahead of us. But I think we really wanted this. We set us at our goal June 1st, I think, and we went after it. And we knew we were going to have to elevate and really execute. And these girls really brought it. They passed people right into the very end, and I couldn't be prouder of them. This is really, really a great victory. So,
team chemistry begins with a lot of ingredients. One of those ingredients is great leadership from your seniors, good talent, the younger kids buy in and so forth, and of course great leadership at the top. So we're very, very proud of that, and congratulations to Tulsa. And Coach Casey was exactly correct. Coach Gully brings a great team to the conference meet every year. Now, in 2 weeks, we've got the NCAA regionals, right?
Yes. Yeah. And we know, again, we're going to have a tough job. We got Texas, Baylor, Arkansas, Rice. All those teams have really had great finishes all year. So we are looking for some more wins, and we're going to look to go on to the NCAA championship. So that's our next goal. But we had to first execute here, do what we needed to do, and now we're going to look forward. But we're going to celebrate this because this is awesome.
A lot of fun. Congratulations, Mustangs.
Thank you.
I'll see you in 3 weeks, maybe. Here now with our individual winner, Anne-Marie Blaney of UCF. Anne-Marie, it's just become old hat now, winning another title, indoor 5,000, outdoor in that heat last spring. We had a stadium record. Yeah. You're ranked right now among the top 25 individual athletes in the United States. That's pretty exciting because I might get a chance to see you in 3 weeks at the NCAA championships.
I hope so. That's my goal. I'm really working towards that. I want nothing more to be at that national meet again. It's been too long. I redshirted last year, so this is my last shot, and I can't mess it up.
She's a redshirt senior from Ocala, Florida. Sorry about that. But it's been so neat to watch her career and just to see. Injuries are always tough for a collegiate athlete. How did you endure during that downtime?
I don't know. I did a lot of the elliptical. I still tried to work out when I could, when appropriate. Definitely the elliptical is what saved me because I couldn't be out there with my team, and just the feeling of not being able to train with them was motivation enough to kind of never let it happen again. And so I just really kind of tried to stay on top of any injuries or pains that I've felt just to stay out here with everybody.
It's tough training in cross country if you're in a southern state such as Florida, in southern Texas, Arizona, and stuff like that. They don't have the luxury of that nice, beautiful fall weather that you see in the Midwest here in Cincinnati and through a lot of the other schools that have that luxury. How have you been able to battle the heat?
We wake up at 5:30 most mornings and get out there and train as a team, and you have to beat the heat, and if not, you got to go a little bit later, but we always find a way to make it work. We do love this weather, though. We're excited for our Florida winter, so Yeah.
Winners find a way. Anne-Marie Blaney certainly has found a way. Our individual champion here at the American Athletic Conference. We're so proud. We look forward to wish her the very, very best in 2 weeks at the NCAA Regional, and maybe we'll be lucky to see you as an All-American in Terre Haute Cross Country Town. Anne-Marie Blaney.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
you just see the start of the Men's American Athletic Conference Championships. Tulsa, the 2014-2015 champions, looking for a repeat. Coach Gully's team, they're ranked number 22 in the country. They're on the outside. Now working then across that start that you just saw, you've got the Pirates of East Carolina, Kurt Kraft, the director of cross country, Bree Berkowitz doing the coaching there. USF, the Bulls, they were 5th a year ago. Dina Reef doing the work. Memphis Tigers, they were 6th last year. You've got the Yukon Huskies, they were 3rd place a year ago. Coach Greg Roy. University of Houston, the Cougars, Steve Magnus at the helm. Tulane, the Green Wave, Eric Peterson. You saw earlier in our stream the feature Coach Peterson and one of his individual athletes. We're going to talk about them in just a second. Temple's Owls, James Snyder doing the work at coaching. They were 4th a year ago. And our host school, the Cincinnati Bearcats, who were 5th a year ago. Sam Burrows in his 4th year doing the work for Cincinnati. Now, those are the teams that are just underway. 9 men's teams compete. Tulsa looking for a 3-peat. We'll talk about individuals that you'll see in your camera view, and we'll give you touch splits as it goes and pass that along to you. But all eyes are on our favorite, the sophomore from Sotik, Kenya, number 203. That's Emmanuel Rotich of Tulane. He was our runner-up in the steeple and 7th outdoors, and Rotich has become one of the most improved distance runners in collegiate cross country this year, not only in the American but nationwide. Running very well at the pre-nationals. He was the individual winner in the white division race. He was a runner-up at Stanford. He won the Sugar Bowl cross country festival. Runner-up at LSU. What a breakout year. You'll see now the student body entirely there together, but at control, there's Rotich of Tulane. He's number 203, and he'll be the prohibitive favorite. Now, along with that, you've got a number of Golden Hurricane Tulsa athletes. Last year, our runner-up, number 212, is Benjamin Preisner, the junior from Guelph. He's a chemical engineering major. He's had a good fall. And the rest of the Golden Hurricane, Isaac Dobos, the sophomore, had a great year last year as a freshman. Now, the women, a little bit different than the men. The women's race you saw earlier, you had 2 or 3 of the favorites that go out, and Anne-Marie Blaney, of course, won that. The men oftentimes in that first 2,000 meters, and they're just past 1K right now, they'll run pretty close to each other and kind of see who wants to maintain the control of the race, and you'll see then they'll maintain that pack. Now, I'll give you some splits here coming up. With the men, we've got one just about 3,000 meters, 1.8 miles, and that split will be coming up here in about 5 minutes. And so what you see here is, just as if you joined us earlier with the women's stream, the layout here at the Voice of America Park, this on the National Register of Historic Places, of course, is where the broadcast was for the Voice of America. Broadcast about 20 years ago ceased. Throughout the venue, you'll see the large concrete stanchions where the tall towers were attached, and of course then to our troops in World War II. And since then, up for about 50 years, the Voice of America broadcast here 200,000 watts. Well, we're not broadcasting world events, and there you see some of those towers as the course here at the Metro Park loops around this beautiful grassland area, a multi-use facility. A lot of soccer being played down in the lower flats where they have soccer fields. Neat area. We're about 25 miles north of downtown Cincinnati in a great venue, the American Athletic Conference Men's Cross Country Championships, just about 4.5 minutes underway. They do 3 loops that run just about 2 miles, just about a mile and a half. And once they complete those 3 loops, then they move to the outside and then the juncture into the finish. Leaders just past a mile. You want to look for a number of athletes as well. We mentioned Tulsa. Coach Gully has an incredible program, one of the top 25 programs in the United States. They tend to dominate the distance running here in the American. Luke Trainer, who was third a year ago, he's done a great job along with Preisner, the runner-up. Trainer has really been kind of at the lead gun for Coach Gully's Hurricanes. He was 11th at Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin, with a monster invitational 2 weeks ago called the Ed Nuttycombe Invitational, named in honor of Wisconsin's former coach. A great event, and Trainer was 11th there. That's incredible with the display of the All-Americans that towed the line at Wisconsin 2 weeks ago. So he'll be one of the favorites to chase then the meet favorite, and that's Emmanuel Rodich of Tulane. Now, other athletes that you want to see in this race, for your host school, Cincinnati, Anthony Carr has had a great season. He, Seamus Collins, Dan Hubert, and Toby Loveridge all have run well. Seamus Collins was runner-up in the Kentucky Twilight. The All-Ohio leader was Toby Loveridge. They ran very well. The Cincinnati Bearcats, they were third at the pre-nationals in the white division race. Mike McGonigal, Mike O'Donnell, they lead the Yukon Huskies, both having a great season this year. O'Donnell, of course, he was our 1,500-meter champion 2014, and then last spring in 2016, he was also our outdoor 1,500 champion, 7th in the New England Championships in cross country just 3 weeks ago. East Carolina has Jorge Montez, the junior econ major, all conference the last 2 years in a row, 10th, 14th. He looks for a top 10 finish. G.J. Reyna, he leads the hopes for the Houston Cougars. For Memphis, Julian Sancho Pinto, he is the American Athlete Runner of the Week for the American Athletic Conference, rather. He's a former junior college All-American. He won the Austin Peay Invitational. Memphis also has Matthew Viveros. Viveros, he was right behind his teammate at Austin Peay. Now, we mentioned Rodich from Tulane. He has a very capable teammate in Moses Aloyloi, who was all-conference last year in 10th place, and even as a freshman in 7th place. He was 6th in our outdoor invitational. So those are some of the leaders you see. First split's coming up, and you see that's Rodich and Trainer in the monitor, and the rest of the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa doing the job. Unofficial results are going to be coming up just in a moment at about 1.8 miles. That's Trainer and Preisner, I think, along with Rodich. Rodich has just really moved up his game, not only in his training, but his whole life is running well. He's become a campus leader there in that fabled campus in New Orleans and on Tulane. Just recently admitted into their prestigious School of Architecture. So it's so neat to see a young man come into his own and see the opportunities that are available, and Emmanuel Rodich is just a prototype of that. We're hopeful for him. You see the Golden Hurricane, Luke Trainer, and Benjamin Preisner, and those athletes then lead the race as we move into just that first split that's coming up. It's at 1.8 miles, not quite 3,000 meters, but pretty doggone close. We have touch pads at 3 locations, 2 on the loop, and of course in here at the finish line as well. And now we got our first result in, and as we said, Emmanuel Rodich and Luke Trainer, they are side by side, and there's Benjamin Preisner of Tulsa. Now, you saw Toby Loveridge. He's run number 1 man for Cincinnati the whole season. He's in 4th. Mike O'Donnell of UConn. We talked about him and his teammate McGonigal. And there's Moses Aloyloi, the teammate at Tulane. Aloyloi. Isaac Dobos, who's been twice all-conference. Adam Rodriguez, he's running well. And Austin Del Rosso. So, team scores. As you see early, roughly a third of the way in the race, Tulsa with a commanding lead, 5 in the top 10. They have 31 points. UConn Huskies running in second. Coach Roy's team, very good pack. They liked the course yesterday. I happened to be out there when I was doing my run out on the course just to see. I always like to kind of go around the course and jog it myself and make certain that I kind of know the different points and nuances, and all the guys really seem to be enthusiastic. So UConn Huskies running well, and our host school Cincinnati in third. And Cincinnati, again, did a great job. They 2 weeks ago at the pre-nationals ran real solid. Good performance earlier in the season at the All-Ohio, and this is the good time of year to get good in your conference championships here on Super Conference Weekend. All of the Division I conferences in the United States are having their conference meets this weekend, a few last night, most of them today, and there are even a conference meet tomorrow on Super Conference Weekend. I think all but maybe one conference in the country are competing here Super Conference Weekend. Golden Hurricane, Coach Steve Gully's team, looking to make it 3 in a row. The 2014-2015 champions, they look in command. As you see in the monitor, then the athletes coming down the loop on the backside. We're about 11 and a half minutes into the race. If you're pretty good at your mathematics, 11 and a half minutes is approaching for some of the lead runners halfway. So just to be halfway coming up, the men's race underway. We had a great women's race earlier, and you saw that with the SMU just barely edging out Tulsa for the team title. I think a 2-point separation in cross country. One place is 2 points, and that's how close it was, folks. 2 great programs, 2 great coaches, and nothing but just fine kids, you see. So we'll update you now. 3-mile split, not quite ready for that yet. But the next split will be at 3.3, and if you're good at your mathematics, that's about 3.5 miles into the event, or not 3.3, but just about 5,400 meters. The men race 8,000 meters throughout the country at the collegiate level. In 2 weeks now, the NCAA National Tournament begins, and that begins in 9 regionals throughout the country. And again, these teams with the American Athletic Conference, I think we appear in no less than 5 or 6 of those individual regionals, and there they'll run 10,000 meters. National champion 11, and then the teams that qualify for the national or from the regionals to the nationals, they'll compete on Saturday, November 19th. That's in 3 weeks, and so the athletes have to be razor sharp in condition. For most of these student athletes, this is their 4th and in some cases 5th race of the year. Cross country as it is, this is a great time of year because it's a culmination. Most of your states, I think I counted in my results service, some 30 of the 50 states are involved in their state championships at the high school level this weekend. This is Super Conference Weekend at the collegiate level. So if you're a fan of our sport in the United States, this is the super weekend to enjoy cross country. You can find a meet just almost anywhere, and we have a great layout here in this neat area. The Metro Park, the Voice of America Metro Park. You can see some of the natural grasslands, and these trails are really in good condition. So a special tip of the hat to the grounds crew that work out here at the park for the Parks Department. I actually talked to a guy yesterday for about 30 minutes that does most of the mowing and painting, and very proud of it, and it's neat to see. So as we approach now the 5,000 meters, and you see there they are, Luke Trainer for Tulsa and Emmanuel Rotich for Tulane University. Those two have moved themselves out into the lead. Preisner there in 3rd. Now we'll get that split 3.3 miles coming up. Not quite ready for it yet, but you can see the lead then continues. That margin grows. UConn there, O'Donnell, McGonigal, as they just pass by. There's Aloy, 3 other now. Check that Golden Hurricane. Coach Gully cheering his team on, as you see. There's your 2 leaders, Rotich and Trainer. Luke Trainer, the senior from Glasgow, Scotland. Again, fourth in our 5,000 meters. He has run just in a great tradition of the Golden Hurricane. We had the All-American Mark Scott. Trainer spent a lot of time running with him. Now they head out they've completed, if I'm not mistaken, 2 loops. They head out now for that 3rd loop. As they move out, we'll see if we can get that splits coming up for you. It's got to be soon, and there it is. They just hit the touchpad. Trainer and Rodich, both within 0.3 of a second. Preisner back there some 8 seconds in arrears. We'll get some team pops for you coming up. The finish timing crew here is very good. The Buckeye Timing Systems, they do a nice job making certain that information is available. I remember the old days, you kind of watch and you never know the teams, and they didn't even video the finishes. And so cross country has really come into the new technology era. Most of the courses now will put touch pads. Some I know even have buried fiber optics, if you will. Wouldn't have heard of that some 20 years ago. So neat to see. Trainer, Rodich out ahead, some 8 seconds in arrears is Ben Preisner of Tulsa. O'Donnell, the 2-time conference champion from UConn, he is in 4th. Toby Leverage having a great senior season for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Leverage, he's right there. The senior from London, England, doing a great job all conference a year ago, and Leverage is in 5th. Then you've got Adam Rodriguez. Now that's the number 3 runner for Tulsa. Then Aloyloi for Tulane, and then the 4th runner for Tulsa is Isaac Dobos. Dobos again had a great job for Isaac. He has led his team. Now you can see a little bit of a break for Trainer, getting out ahead of Rodich. Preisner running in 2nd. Rounding out your top 10, you've got Mark Steinsberger of Temple. He's led the Owls pretty much all season long. He's in 9th. Austin Del Rosso of Tulsa. I think he's the number 5 runner for the Golden Hurricane. Kyle Brackman, UConn Huskies now 3 in that top 11. Dan Hubin, Cincinnati. He is in 12th place. Mike McGonigal of UConn in 13. And then Jorge Montez, he's in 14th for East Carolina, and Dallas Elmore in 15th. So the Golden Hurricane running very well. You see that's Aloyloi, and that just went by along with Rodriguez and Dobos for Tulsa. As they move now and they flank around, they'll have just most of the athletes, leaders now are in that approaching the 4-mile mark with 1 mile to go. Luke Trainer looking to add a notch in his resume, a great resume indeed, and looking to make that first appearance as a conference champion here in the American, running very well, leading his Golden Hurricane team. They have a ridiculous 28 points at this juncture in a title cross-country meet. That's very, very impressive. And so Coach Gully has the Golden Hurricane hitting on all cylinders as they move up to the 4-mile mark, where they have just about a mile to go in the lead. Second place team, the UConn Huskies. They were back early, remember. They're working their way up. Cincinnati's Bearcats, they are in 3rd. Good team battle for 2nd and 3rd. Right behind them with the 2 front runners, Rodich and Aloyloi, is the Green Wave of Tulane. Memphis in 5th. Now that's your top 5 teams in this men's race. And again, coming up on a mile to go with your leaders, Luke Trainer of Tulsa and Emmanuel Rodich of Tulane doing the job. Beautiful day here at the Voice of America Park. And the American Athletic Conference, our 4th title in cross country. Our 4th championships being conducted. Cincinnati, the host school. A neat layout. Not very hilly as some courses, and there's some good and bad to that. You know, they say, well, it's not a championship course, but please understand it's definitely a fair layout. It's a great course. It rolls more than just has the steep uphills, and most of these athletes will compete in the NCAA regionals on November 11th. That's less than 2 weeks when they really go after it there to vie for a spot in the national championships. But being Super Conference weekend, we're not worried about national championships or anything like that. Today, name of the game, let's compete for the school. It's one thing you have in common with all other athletes on your campus is how did you do in the conference meet? We did pretty well. Good, and that's our goal. So, as they move into that last mile, great video footage here provided by our camera crew all throughout the course. And we're going to be bringing them into the finish coming up on 21 minutes. Last split shows Tulsa with a commanding team lead. Luke Trainer and Emmanuel Rodich doing a great job for the individual title. Ben Preisner not too far back. Mike O'Donnell and Toby Leverage just behind them as well. O'Donnell from UConn, Leverage from Cincinnati. And you see now the lead vehicle coming around, and they'll do a split off. Great crew of officials. That's Luke Trainer out ahead. Luke Trainer now. Bit of a lead now, getting the measure of Emmanuel Rodich of Tulane. So Luke Trainer, Tulsa, Steve Gully's team. It's had the individual winner, Mark Scott, a little Golden Hurricane tradition. Looking for an individual winner here. Trainer out ahead. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's Benjamin Preisner. He's running in second. 1-2 Golden Hurricane. And then there's Rodich of Tulane in third as they hit 22 minutes. That's approximately 7,000 meters. Luke Trainer out ahead. The Golden Hurricane senior from Glasgow, Scotland, third a year ago. A commanding lead today. Looks very strong. As he moves, strong as he is, very efficient, very smooth. You can see the wind moving through the trees. A little bit of wind here up, especially on the top where they'll finish. Now, that going through the view, that's Cincinnati's Toby Leverage. And he's running very well indeed. Then there's Moses Aloyloi and Adam Rodriguez of the Golden Hurricane. But Luke Trainer out ahead. Benjamin Preisner, his teammate, that's who you see in your monitor there. They're running 1-2 for Coach Gully's Golden Hurricane. Now, they'll make that round the turn. Coming up on 23 minutes, a very legit time for Luke Trainer as he'll lead the number 22 team in the United States, the Golden Hurricane of the University of Tulsa. Good layout there. A good panoramic view of the finish. Here comes our lead vehicle. And you'll see your lead runner come through the chute. Here he is in view, just about 60 meters from the finish. This is Luke Trainer of Tulsa. We'll get an individual interview with him. And Trainer crosses the line here, 23 minutes and just about 36 seconds. And we'll get then the splits. Teammates coming up behind him. Golden Hurricane. Of Tulsa. And there's Ben Preisner. Trainer in 23:39.9, the official time. Preisner then right behind him. 1-2 for the Golden Hurricane. Emmanuel Rodich. And then here come more of the Golden Hurricane. Trainer, Preisner, 1-2, then Rodich, and then two more Golden Hurricane follow. Right behind Rodich. So Golden Hurricane, when you put 4 in the top, here comes Cincinnati's Toby Leverage doing a great job. You can hear the cheers in the background for the home Cincinnati crowd. Good following for the Bearcats as well. Tulsa 1, Tulsa 2, Tulsa 4, Tulsa 5. Pretty easy to see who the team title is going to be. You see O'Donnell, UConn, he finished in 6th place. Leverage of Cincinnati was 7th. Moses Aloy. You saw Seinsberger of Temple. Dobos, that's your top 10. So Tulsa with 5 in the top 10 and 4 of the top 5. So they easily had the margin. Tulsa, 24.50 all the way down to 23.39, about a 70-second spread. And I know Coach Gully will work to close that spread in the next 2 weeks. So quickly reviewing, Luke Traynor, your individual winner. And he wins by some 20 seconds, so easily takes the margin of his teammate, Benjamin Preisner. Emmanuel Rodich, he picks up 3rd place. The number 3 runner for Tulsa was Henry Pierce. He's in 4th place, 24.20. Adam Rodriguez, his teammate, just 2 seconds back. Mike O'Donnell, UConn, he gets 6th. Toby Leverage, Cincinnati, in 7th. Moses Aloy of Tulane, he finished in 8th. Mark Steinsberger, Temple, in 9th. Tulsa's Isaac Dobos, their 5th runner, was in 10th. Their 6th runner was in 11th. He put 6 in the top 11. Pretty hard to beat. 12th place goes to Jorge Montes, East Carolina. Dan Hubin of Cincinnati, he was 13th. Austin Del Rosso, the number 7 runner for Tulsa, he was 14th. And rounding out your all-conference finishers in Josh Chariot of Tulane, he was 15th. The rest of the field then comes in, and what we'll try to do, folks, just as we did with the women's championship early, see if we can get an interview not only with the individual winner, but perhaps, as we did with SMU, perhaps with the team. But unofficially, it's almost ridiculous. Tulsa, 17 points. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that's 15 points, a perfect score. And Tulsa now with an adjusted score of 18 points. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and we'll get that reading as the electronics gets them. But I think that Tulsa will have a team score of less than 20 points, which is pretty amazing as you see the rest of the runners finish here in the American Athletic Conference. Beautiful day. Most of the runners now into the finish chute, getting a well-deserved drink of water. They'll be cool downs and things like that. So we'll be back with you as soon as we get all the runners in and so forth. You see a couple of Houston runners finishing up. Another UConn Husky coming into the chute. Give you an idea of the pace they run. They're running about 5:30 mile pace just across the chute. And to be able to run 5:30, 5:40 mile pace, go out to your local track, take 4 laps around the track and see how you can run. And see what a 5-minute mile or a 5:30 mile or 5:40 mile, that's pretty legit. And then when you get done with that, go over and run the same thing on the grass, because it's so much harder to run fast on a grass surface than it is to run on a nice smooth track. So as our race draws to a close here with the American Athletic Conference, our 4th championships, looks like the Golden Hurricane keeping that record intact. It'll be a 3-peat then for Coach Gully's Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. The rest of the runners now into the chute and crossing. Great group of workers here at the University of Cincinnati. They've done a great job. Coach Seaton and Sam Burrows and his staff, they've done just a wonderful job setting up this event, not only with the medical at the finish. They have a lot of workers, and a lot of them you never saw in your camera. Starting crew, you had a lot of umpires in and around the course and loop, people that managed this turn and that turn. Great group of officials, good undertaking to put on an event like that. And so a tip of the hat goes to the University of Cincinnati. That Bearcat athletic staff always do things top drawer, and we're so glad to have that done today for the American Athletic Championships. We're coming up on 30 minutes. Race is just about closed. We'll move over and try to get some interviews for you and be back in just a few minutes. And I'm here with our individual winner in the American Athletic Conference, Luke Trainer of Tulsa. Did a great job, took over the race midway, and just brought it on home. Luke, how'd you feel?
Yeah, no, it was actually pretty comfortable. Like, I'm in the middle of a big, really high mileage block just now, so ready to come down for regionals in a couple of weeks' time. So just thought I would sit in behind was it the Temp? Where's the boy from? The Tulane boy, and then push it on a bit, like with a couple of miles to go. So stuck to the plan and executed.
You know, you've been kind of hot the last couple of weeks. You were 11th at Wisconsin, which is a huge race, and that kind of lets me know that, you know, if the mileage keeps the way it goes and you keep yourself up there, maybe not come back down too much, but we'll see some good things at regionals, and in 3 weeks some better things at the NCAA championships.
No, it's the first time I've got like a good kind of year of training together without any injuries, so it's just been going from strength to strength. But yeah, like our program aims to peak for regionals, nationals, so I think I'll be even better shape by then, for sure.
You're part of a great tradition that Coach Gully has at with the Golden Hurricane at Tulsa. This is a three-peat with the team title, which has got to feel pretty good and be a part of that. Yeah. And you've been part of so many great runners. You've had good steps to follow with Mark Scott and your other teammates. Easy to follow in that tradition?
No, definitely not. I mean, big boots to fill, like with the past years, Chris O'Hare, Mark Scott. So it's just, yeah, it's cool to be kind of in the same, getting into those kind of ranks.
Luke, I look forward to having you at the NCAA championships. I'll be doing the public address and I'll be doing some interviews. Congratulations on being the American Athletic Champion.
Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you there.
2016 American Athletic Conference Men's and Women's Cross Country Championships. The awards ceremony at VOA Metro Park in Westchester, Ohio. Presenting today's awards are the American Cross Country Committee members. Nicole Harvey, who is the Senior Athletic Director from UCF. Maggie McKinley, the Executive Senior Associate Athletic Director and SWA from the University of Cincinnati. And Mike Hanley, the Associate Athletic Director for East Carolina University. And assisting the committee is Patrick Colbert, the Director of Sport Administration and Championships from the American Athletic Conference. The American Athletic Conference would like to thank the University of Cincinnati for their attention and dedication to the successful staging of this championships. Additionally, the conference would like to thank Assistant Championship Director Nate Collins, who's the Associate Director, and the Championship Director Corey Mogi, the Associate Director for Facilities and Operations from the University of Cincinnati. We would also like to thank the volunteer staff and officials for their assistance in the production of this championship. We would also like to thank the paid staff, as they do a pretty good job as well. And without further ado, let's get to the women's individual winners. And if I butcher your last name, I am very sorry. You can certainly feel free to butcher mine. I sometimes get my own wrong. In 15th place, with a time of 21:24.7 from SMU, Agnes Sostrom. In 14th place, with a time of 21:23.8, Katie Leisher from Temple. Katie Leisher from Temple. In 13th place, with a time of 21:19.7, Juliana Mazzia from the University of Cincinnati. In 12th place from Tulsa with a time of 21:19.6, Adrina Mazzi from Tulsa. In 11th place with a time of 21:19.5, Olivia Lopez, also from Tulsa. In 10th place from USF, Jessica Taylor with a time of 21:11.2. In 9th place, with a time of 21:09 even, Nicole Lee from Tulsa. In 8th place, with a time of 21:08.2, Stacy Taylor from Tulsa. And keeping with the Tulsa theme, in 7th place, with a time of 21:04.9, Clara Langley. In 6th place, with a time of 20:54.5, Holly Archer from SMU. fifth place is Holly's teammate, Charlotte Tara Murphy, also from SMU, with a time of 20:44.1. In fourth place, with a time of 20:37.2, Chelsea Ladd from Memphis. And here are your top three finishers. In time of 20:30.4, Martina Rodriguez Sala from Memphis. And the 2016 American Women's Individual runner-up with a time of 20:23.6, Hannah Miller from SMU. Hannah, I believe we'd like to get a picture here. And finally, the 2016 American Women's Cross Country Individual Champion with a time of 20:14.6 from UCF, Anne-Marie Blaney. And here are your individual top 15 placers. Thank you very much, ladies. And here are the results of the team scoring for the women's race. In 11th place, East Carolina with a score of 241 points. In 10th, University of South Florida, 236 points. In 9th, Houston, 220 points. In 8th, Temple, 216 points. In 7th, Tulane with 201 points. In 6th, you're hosting University of Cincinnati Bearcats with 180 points. In 5th, University of Central Florida with 157 points. In 4th, UConn with 145 points. In 3rd, Memphis with 96 points. And in 2nd place, with a team score of 47 points, is the team from Tulsa. Would the captains from Tulsa please come forward and accept the 2016 American Women's Cross Country Runner-Up Trophy.
It's heavy.
We had mentioned that Tulsa's score was 47. And now for the championship trophy presentation. Congratulations to this year's American Women's Cross Country Team Champions with a team score of 45. With the team captains from SMU, please come forward to accept your team trophy.
Pat, you want to do these now? There you go, girls.
And don't go far, ladies, because now to honor the 2016 American Women's Cross Country Staff of the Year as voted by their peers would be the coaching staff from SMU, led by their head coach, Kathy Casey. Congratulations to the entire SMU staff. We'd also like to get some pictures of you guys as well.
Coach.
And thanks to all athletes competing in the women's race, we will now move on to the men's race. And at this time, we'll recognize the men's individual winners. As I call your name, would you please come forward to accept your award? In 15th place with a time of 25:19.2, Joshua Shuryut from Tulane. Josh's teammate, Austin Del Rosso, also from Tulsa, was 14th with a time of 25:11.2. In 13th place with a time of 25:09.9 from the hosting Cincinnati Bearcats, Dan Hubin. In 12th place, with a time of 25:06.6, Jorge Montez from East Carolina. In 11th place, with a time of 25:00.8, Dallas Elmore from Tulsa. In 10th place, with a time of 24:50.2, Isaac Dobos, also from Tulsa. In 9th place, from Temple, with a time of 24:48.4, Mark Steinsberger. 8th place with a time of 24:47.7. Moses Aloiloi from Tulane. In 7th place with a time of 24:41.8 from your University of Cincinnati Bearcats, Toby Loveridge. In 6th place from UConn, Mike O'Donnell with a time of 24:29.1. In 5th place with a time of 24:22.6, Adam Rodriguez from Tulsa. And in 4th place, we have Adam's teammate, Henry Pierce, with a time of 24:20.5. And in 3rd place, with a time of 24:17.1 from Tulane, Emmanuel Roddick. And your 2016 American Men's Individual Runner-Up with a time of 24:04.4. Benjamin Priesner from Tulsa. We'd like to grab a quick photo op there with your runner-up. And now, the 2016 American Men's Cross Country Individual Champion with a time of 23:39.9 from Tulsa, Luke Trainer.
Luke. Luke.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2016 Top 15 finishers. And without further ado, here are our team standings. In 9th place, the team from USF with a score of 231 points. In 8th, Houston, 215 points. In 7th, East Carolina, 143 points. In 6th, Memphis, 123 points. In 5th place, Temple, 121 points. In 4th, UConn, 114 points. In 3rd place, the University of Cincinnati Bearcats with 109 points. And in 2nd place, with a team score of 101 points, with the team captains from Tulane, please come forward to accept the 2016 American Men's Cross Country Team Runner-Up Trophy.
Turn this way, guys. Turn this way. Guys, turn this way. All right.
And now for the championship trophy presentation. Congratulations to this year's American Men's Cross Country Team Champion with an amazing score of 22 points. With the team captains from Tulsa, please come forward to accept your team trophy.
Big trophy!
Hey guys, turn this way, guys. Turn this way. Stay, you guys. Guys, turn around.
Are they miking me up?
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hang out for an interview.
And gentlemen, do not go far because we are going to recognize the 2016 American Men's Cross Country Staff of the Year as voted on by their peers. And that would be Tulsa, led by head coach Steve Gully. But congratulations to the entire Tulsa staff.
Yeah.
And while we finish the final photo ops, let's go there. Congratulations once again to all of our competitors and coaches. Thank you for the support of the American Athletic Conference Cross Country Championships. Please have a safe trip home.
Yeah, okay.
89.
Mic check, 1, 2. Okay, give me a countdown. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here now with our American Athletic Conference championship team, the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. And guys, I understand this is 3 in a row, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, Coach Gully, he's kind of a taskmaster, and he really beats on you guys a lot, right? Is he allowing you to actually do any training, or is just making you run?
We're in the thick of the season right now, so we're just having a lot of fun. Even though it's tough and Coach Gully's tough, and the workouts are tough, we're having a lot of fun. Is how I'd say that.
You guys never seem to have any fun. That's my buddy Dallas Elmore that runs for the Golden Hurricane. You guys were insane. You were like 1, 2, 4, 5. Is that right? Yes, that's sick and ridiculous. Okay. Can we put a 5th guy right there?
Yeah. Yes, sir. The spread's close, but we think that with a tighter spread next time around that we can do it. We got the capability through our 7th guy to go and tighten up the spread.
11-14.
Yeah, it's an 11-14.
You've got a big date coming up in 10 or 11 days at Iowa City, is that, or 13 days, in less than 2 weeks at Iowa City in the regionals. You're running 10,000, right? Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir. Our program's geared towards the 10K, and we're ready to get after it. We got a couple guys at home too that we think that can pull along and move in there as well. So we're ready to go.
So Gully left some guys at home in the back pocket? Are you kidding me? Good job. Well, congratulations, Dallas, the official team spokesperson. Coach Gully, great shout out to you. It's so good to have the Golden Hurricane. Now, guys, go get your jog down, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you so much. We'll be back to you next time. Great day to be a Golden Hurricane. Hang on. Okay. Just to wrap up a great day here at the Voice of America Park, I want to congratulate Anne-Marie Blaney for winning yet her 4th individual American Athletic Conference, her first cross-country title. We're so pleased for her. Our top 2 teams in that women's division, what a great race. 47 points, the team runner-up, Coach Gully's Golden Hurricane of Tulsa, and our women's team's champions, Coach Kathy Casey's SMU Mustangs. So great that the race was so close. It was an exciting thing to see. Over the men's, congratulations to Luke Trainer, 24 seconds ahead of the second place finisher. He takes the individual honors here in the American. Our top 2 teams, Coach Peterson, the Tulane Green Wave, they're looking very, very strong. They finished in second, 101 points. And your team champion with a ridiculous score of 22 points. They had 6 in the top 13, 5 in the top 10, 4 in the top 5, and that's the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. They finish up with 22 points to take the men's title. So, on behalf of the administrative office here at the University of Cincinnati and our home office in the American, we're glad you attended. We're glad you joined in on our digital stream. We wish you the very best of days, and so long from Cincinnati.